Hello everyone, this is Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes, and I have a collection of used tea bags, and we're going to make some fun goodness out of it. And here is one finished sheet, and this is what I used to cover a couple of journals. And so I thought I would take you along for the ride, and let's make another one. So these are just emptied tea bags, used of course and dried, and I just collected a bunch, and then my very good friend Gail also gifted me several of her tea bags because she drinks tea every day. And I use tea only for my dyeing paper. So let's move these aside and let's have some fun. Let's get messy. I have my glass mat, and then I've got some baking parchment paper. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and use matte Mod Podge and make a mess. And I just paint it right on. And grab a tea bag. And different kinds of tea, of course, make different colors. And so the tea bags then are different colors also. So we just keep going. And then some of the tea bags, I've already gotten the ends off of them, but here, let me find one. Here is one where the seam is, and I find that I like them better if I go ahead and just tear that seam off. And ripped tea bags work great also. So let's go ahead and paint some more stuff, Mod Podge, on our paper. And let's go ahead and use this ripped one. And we're just collaging. I don't know, wherever. I don't know where to put it. And then what I do is I just go ahead and fill up the entire parchment paper. And I'll go over the ends a little bit. Okay, so it's dry now, and what we're going to do now is go ahead and peel it away from the parchment paper. And remove the parchment. and let's take a look at it. It's transparent. I've got a selection of different papers depending what kind of a look you want. And so let's audition them and see what you like. Here's a large piece of newsprint, and let's put it over the top of that. And it stays light. And let's take a look at another choice. Here I've got a piece of some painter's masking paper in the rose color. And we get a whole different tone with some of the dusty mauve coming through. So that's a fun look also. Just depends on what your theme is and what you're looking for. And then I also have a piece of Amazon packing paper that I received in a package I received, and this is the type of paper I used last time. And see the nice rich brown tones? That is what I want to go with for this nice neutral look. So what we're going to do is iron this on to the paper, and the glue or the Mod Podge dried will reactivate when heated. So we're going to put the parchment on top, and I have my little craft iron, and it's set relatively high, not at the max of course, and it's a dry iron, no steam. Oh, and let's get an ironing pad underneath it. Now we'll layer up all our layers. We've got our brown paper, our tea bag paper, and our parchment. Let's go ahead and iron it on. And now you can see it's fused on. And I'm going to go ahead and press it on this side as well. And you don't have to cover a journal with this. You can use this for tags and journaling cards and envelope pouches. You can use it for a lot of different things. I just like to make this size of a tea bag paper because I like to cover the journals with it. I've got the tea bag paper cut to the general size, and now I'm going to place it over the book cover to see exactly where I would like it to fit onto the gutted book. Just folding it over so I can get a better look. Sorry about the glare there. So do I like that for the front or the other one for the front? Now I'm going to go ahead and give it a general trim so that I can get rid of the excess. Go ahead and trim off that side as well. We'll trim it more exact later, but this gives me a general. And those pieces can be used for tags or embellishments and all kinds of goodies. Folding the edges over so that I get an idea of where the book cover is actually going to sit in the tea-dyed paper, because I want to stitch around it. So I'm pressing the edges to get a nice firm press, and then that will help me as a guide when I do the machine stitching. And I'm adding the stitching just for a decorative look. And it's going to be a little wonky, and that's all good. Okay, I've got it all stitched around, and now what I'm doing is making some more glue solution, and I use 3 parts of tacky glue to 2 parts tap water. And I just keep it in this baby food jar. And you stir and stir and stir and stir. And it's about ready now. And I'm going to use this glue solution to glue this onto the book. And I find that it works well, and it is inexpensive, and almost everybody has access to tacky glue. Before you do close up the cover, do make sure that you wipe around the ridge so that you don't stick the cover to it. I've done that. It takes a while to get it open again. Okay, let's move this aside. And here, let's take a look. See of the stitching? Yep, and I dribbled my glue, my water on it. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because we're going to get it even wetter. So this is the cover I'm going to use. And let's go ahead and start gluing. Just grab my paintbrush, and I'm just going to apply it to just the front cover. I'm going to work it in sections. I want a nice liberal layer. I'm going to wipe that up a little bit, and I wanted this to be my front. So I'm going to place this right inside the curved, I don't mean curved, the creased lines that I made earlier. And I'm going to use my Teflon bone folder and just squeegeeing it right down. And apply the next section of glue, which is going to be my spine. And I'm going to use my bone folder again, get down in that crease line and across the spine. I'm using pretty good pressure. I want a good stick. Now for the last part. Dipped my brush in the glue a little bit too deep. Don't want any big puddles. And we'll go ahead and squeegee the last cover. Okay, let's flip her over. And now what I want to do is trim my excess. And I have this tool that I purchased from Colorway Arts on Etsy. And this works great. I use the whole width of it, which is about 3/4 of an inch. And I can just trim my excess. And this little bite out of it there is a right angle. It fits right over the cover. So that I get just the right bit off to cover my books. It's approximately 1/8 of an inch. last corner. It's a wonderful tool. I love it. It works so well for me. And now I'm going to go ahead and fold up my edges again. We trained them before so that I could get that stitching done. Now we're going to go ahead and glue these down. And you can use that glue solution that we made earlier, or you can use Fabri-Tac, any glue of your choice. I am going to try it with this glue solution and see how good of a stick I can get. I know the stick will be good, but it's the grab. Will it grab it right away? Like Fabri-Tac will grab it right away. It appears to be doing well. Okay, let's flip it around and do this long side also. I always like to do my long sides first. Giving that an extra little push, get a good seal. Doing well so far. Okay, now we're going to do the short edges. So what we want to do here is take your fingernail and push in those corners. And I don't have much in the fingernail department, but we want to push those in. And I do want to give those little corners a little bit of glue without oozing. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue in this fine tip just so that I can point it in the right direction. And art glitter glue is definitely fast grab. But this is covering my corners so that the purple won't show through the brown cover of the tea bag paper. Let's go ahead while I have that glue out and do this side as well. Train those over first, give them a good push, and then insert the glue right in that corner and push it over. And one more time. I like the precision of the little tip. Put that away. Now let's go ahead and glue this down. And I get glue in on the side of the book as well. And push it over, starting in the center and working out. The excess likes to ooze out. That's good because I don't want big puddles of glue underneath. And I'm just using a baby wipe to wipe that up. So then you see we get nice, pretty corners in our book. Let's go ahead and do this one. Getting the glue on the side. And pushing it over in the center and working it out. Getting a clean baby wipe. That other one was so full of glue from my fingers. And let's give it a good burnish. And there we have nice corners on this side also. So of course we can change our mind about the front. This one or this one. It doesn't matter. See my wonky stitching? Makes it fun, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put in mine yet either. And I am coming up on 3,000 subscribers. And so I am getting ready to have a giveaway. And I'd like to make a journal for it. And I just have not decided what type of a journal I'm going to make yet. But if you have any suggestions, please put it in the comment section below. And happy creating, and thank you so much for watching.